Good morning. I'm Donna and I'm going to share with you my cross-stitch projects that I have started. I've been crazy watching Floss-tube on YouTube and I've got some great tips, and even though I started cross-stitching when I was like a little girl with my grandma, I've always cross-stitched, but not like it wasn't my only hobby. I love a lot of things. I love to sew. I have loved every single kind of craft. I think I've tried most of them. A few have stuck forever. Cross stitch is one of them, but I am a project finisher, so I don't have a lot of whips, which is works in progress. So I'm just going to share to you right now the whips that I have, because all my other projects are finished. So let me just start with project number one. We're going to start from the oldest in my whip to the most recent in my whip. Okay, so here we go. So excuse me, I'm going to put on my glasses to read this. Turquoise, as you can see, favorite color. Anyway, for this one is a stamped bear quilt, baby quilt that I started. I started it in February 2014, and it is a Busilla. It's called Moon Dreams. It's a stamp thing, and it came with a floss. And I got it actually at the Dollarama and Berry for $4, because there are some of the parts that were stamped did not show up. So I am going to show you this right now. I've gotten quite a bit of it done. I don't know if you can see it all. The moon is absolutely gorgeous, and I've got some of the bears and everything done at the bottom. I have a few more bears left, but I started kind of from the top. And yes, this moon here is just, oh, so gorgeous. So all the lines will disappear when I put it in some cold water. And I do work at Fabricland, and recently I saw this little panel, and I thought this would make a great backing. And it's got like 4 bears. Ah, so perfect. And I store that in one of those handy dandy, I am using an 11-inch square clip to do that in. And right now I am keeping that one in just a knot bin. So that's project number 1. I think I'm gonna just add a little bit more light. There you go. All right, so that's the oldest. So again, starting it in February of 2014. It's not a big hurry. I don't know anybody who is having a baby, but it's nice to plug away on that one. Okay, now my next one is fairly recent. It is this snowman stocking. I love snowmen, so I thought, oh, I'd like to do this. This is sorry, glasses again. It is from Joy Sunday, and this was a kit I purchased off of Amazon. It is a stamped image, and this is my first full coverage stamped image since I was a little girl. And I started this in September 2014. I saw a co-worker doing it on her lunch breaks and everything. And I thought, oh, I would like to do that. I'd like a project that I don't really have to think about. And so far, you can't really see what I've done. But I mean, from the back, you can see what I have done. But because it is a stamped image, yeah, you don't quite see it. I almost take it everywhere. I've even taken it to my Cuba vacations or my Punta Cana vacations, because there's a lot of great fill-in stuff that you can just do the one color of floss and it can get done. And this I am stitching in hand, and I keep it in this gorgeous project bag that I got from a online sewing swap, and it is just absolutely stunning. She hit the mark on It has the two panels. She hit the mark on all the colors and of course the whale things, because I love everything ocean, and the starfish right there. So that's that one. The next one I started in October of 2025, and I use a 4-inch hoop. Now this is the leg lamp from Orange Potato Designs, and I did get this one off of Etsy. It's a PDF file. My coworker and I always talk in Christmas movie quotes, which is kind of funny. We have a blast doing that. And it is a PDF. I stitched it on a 4-inch hoop, and this is what I have done so far. I actually have the lamp finished. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use the "May Your Days Be Merry and Bright." I think I'm going to cross stitch the saying "Fragile." Must be Italian because that was in A Christmas Story movie. This is the one that we love, and I'm thinking of adding these little tiny seed beads, black seed beads. There we go. And I was thinking of adding the fringe just down, oops, sorry, wrong side, just down here, because it has a little fringe, and just have them hanging there. So, and it'll be a little tree ornament. And because my coworker and I, who love this movie at Christmas, we never fail, and love the leg lamp, I am right now currently holding this in. It's called a pea pod pouch, and she makes these of all sizes, and that's the inside. Gorgeous. And it's large enough to hold that. So this is what I usually hold my little ornaments in, because it's easy enough to take to work or travel with. It's an easy travel project. So I hope to have that almost finished, and we'll have that little ornament ready. Now that I said is from Pretty, and the floss I used is all from my stash. So, all right. Now the next one here, I have to use my little cheat sheet notes. Okay, and this next one is called the Christmas Advent Calendar. So cute, so cute. Okay, and that is by Joe Gattenby. And I got this at a combination of a scrap fest, because I'm also a scrapbooker, and or professional memory maker, whatever you want to call me. And it was a scrap fest / quilt show in Toronto. So, because I am from Ontario, Canada, so I live in the North Country of Oro-Medonte, and so this is how far I've gotten. Not a lot. I did have to frog it once or twice, because then frogging means to rip it. Get it? Sounds like that. So I had to stitch rip some out. And I'm gonna try, I started this last December, and I tried to do it as a December daily. Well, December gets quite busy, so there is a lot of stuff going on. So I'm gonna try to possibly get at least all the numbers done. These are for the little pouches that you see. These rows here are all just the pouch line, and then you sew it onto a big one, and then that's where all the words are in between. So hopefully I can have all the numbers ready, and then just keep working on it. I do plan to stitch Christmas every 25th. Right now I'm doing July and Christmas, so that's another upcoming little video for you. And I am storing that right now into these little, like a little Sterilite stackable container, like this. There's so many things. I have about 40 project bags in the works, so hopefully I can get most of these into because I'm not a fan of the plastic, but it does work. It's got the handle. It's great. And what else am I going to say about that? And yeah, and it was a very popular pattern at that show, so they did have to mail that to me. Okay, and next here, and I am using an 11-inch square clip there just to stitch that on. The next one is, I started this in June 2026. Because I've been watching Floss-tube and didn't know that it even existed, I love all the little Halloween and fall things. Like, fall is my favorite season, hands down. So I saw somebody stitching this creepy countdown. It is so stinking cute and I love it. So I'm hoping to turn this into a daily as well. My goal here is, this is how far I am right now. My goal here for this one is to at least get all the borders and the title done. And then that way I can just concentrate on each little square for each day of the month, and we'll see how far we get there. So I would like to do that. Now this is an Etsy. I got this off of Etsy. And it is from Prim Stitcher Shop. So it is a PDF. I'm using all the called for DMC. And I keep it in this, where is it? This cool little bag. Got it at Fabricland. I do work there, which could be dangerous, but not. And inside it has some great storage space for your floss, for your pattern, and for your project. And the handles, it just snaps here at the handles so that it stays shut. Okay, so that's that one. And now it is this one. Oh, love this one. Okay, so I got this from the Cross Stitcher magazine. It's called Hearth and Home. I call it a few things, but sadly my friend loaned me, well, not sadly, but my friend loaned me stacks of her mom's cross stitch magazines. So shout out to Kaylin, thank you. And I just like took pictures of it, and I didn't even think to leave the names in the, like, who designed it. So this is from January 2026 Cross Stitcher magazine. You can see it there. It's under the Hearth and Home. And this is my very first monochrome cross stitch. So I'm doing this, which says a few things warm the soul. Like, I'm gonna have to put on my glasses. A few things warm the soul, like a cold winter's evening by the fire with a blanket and a good book. Like, this just sums up me. This just sums up me 100%. Sorry, I just dropped my note. 1 second. There we go. And so I started this in June 2026. I am using only the one floss. I did change the shade of the blue. So I'm using J&P Coats 6186. I do plan to make it into a pillowcase. I have a little bed in my little craft room here. And of course I'm going to go turquoise, so it's a lovely shade. And sorry I didn't iron anything out. But this is where I'm at so far. I am loving this. Even my husband made a comment and says, hey, that looks pretty good. So love this. This is going to be good. Might be a bag. Who knows? But it is just stunning. It's just stunning. And I keep that in this awesome Coca-Cola bag that my daughter got for me in Vegas years ago. Love it. It is made from recycled Coke bottles. So yay for upcycling or recycling and finding purposeful uses for the plastic, but boo on the plastic. But hey, we all have plastic. All right. Okay. And then the 7th one here. This one is from Artesi Cross Stitch, and Arteki or Artesi, and it is from Etsy, and it's a PDF file, and it's the Patchwork Pumpkins Country Autumn Bundle. Now I am doing the turquoise. This is going to be so amazing when it is done. Of course I'd be doing the turquoise. There's also a pink, an orange, and a green one. Now if my daughter falls in love with this kind of look, I'll be making her the pink one. I'm stitching it with an 8-inch hoop, and I did start this in June as well. I don't have a lot of this done because I started at the end of June and then I went into full-on Christmas in July kind of mode. So everything I'm doing is about Christmas in July. So this one, I'm using the called for DMC on this. And there are 4 separate panels. So when you print them off, you just have to print off each one, but you can stitch them all together and make a cohesive look if you wanted. So I am only this far done, which is the stem of the pumpkin. So where did the picture go? Right here. So I have started the stem of the pumpkin, and I am stitching it on a 14 count Aida white, which I also got from Fabricland. It is our brand, Taylor brand. All right, and that one, I am storing it in this great little bag. It's a houndstooth bag. It is from Fabricland, and it has a great handle. This has a zipper clear pouch. I put my project in there, and then inside it has a great storage space to keep all my stuff, my floss. So it is a great bag as well. It's amazing that you can find anything, and I like to find unique things to store everything in, so that's great. Now my last one, I am loving this. My daughter helped me choose this one out. Again, this is from that stack of magazines that my friend, my coworker loaned me, Kaylin. And so again, I didn't get the name of it, but it's from the Cross Stitcher magazine, December 2025. And I am using an 8-inch square clip. I'm going to leave it in there because I'm not very far. And I did start this at the beginning of July. This was my new start for my Christmas in July. So my daughter and I sent her a whole bunch going, ooh, which one should I start? Because I'd like to start a new one in Christmas in July. And she had decided on this one. I like it because it's turquoise and pink, which are both of our favorite colors. I like the turquoise, she likes the pink, and it is a 10-inch hoop that is around it. So I will paint mine white like this, maybe add a little bit of bling, maybe a little bit of a mini white pom-pom trim to mimic snow around it. And I am using the called for DMC, and let's just show you my progress on there. It's not very much. So I've started on page 1 right here, which has me stitching this side of the, without the Santa. So I am stitching that side right now. I'm pretty sure. No, yeah. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's up at the top, and I am stitching right now the Santa. Again, not so far, but it is only the beginning of July. Well, where is it? Oh, it's getting closer. No, yeah, we're getting there. Anyway, this was my new start choice, and I am keeping it in, again, whoops, another great bag from Fabricland. Love the embroidery on this. This is great. So thank you so much. Those are my, I only have 8, which is great, because other people on Floss-tubes have like a good, like 80 or something like that. I'm going, ah! So even 8 I find is too much for me. I like to, I used to be a monogamous stitcher, but there's just so many great things out there. But I don't ever want to get past 10 at the most. But I am a project finisher, so look forward to those. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you at the next time. Bye.